You may have seen in your news feed that Prince George's County is the latest jurisdiction to declare itself a so-called sanctuary city for immigrants. Now, we checked, and in fact, the word sanctuary doesn't even appear in the legislation that was passed by the county council yesterday. So what exactly does this bill mean? We've called on reporter Scott Broom to take a careful look.
Correct. The word sanctuary does not appear in this legislation. Instead, county leaders call it a Community Inclusiveness Act. The legislation directs that all county agencies, most notably the police, shall not honor immigration and customs enforcement detainers in non-criminal interactions and mandate that all county agencies shall not engage in immigration enforcement.
Prince George's County Police Department has not and will not enforce civil process of any kind.
Prince George's County Police explained this in a recent training video released to the public. According to Police Chief Hank Stawinski, officers may not ask about a person's immigration status and may not hold a person, notify federal authorities, or hand the person over to ICE based on an immigration detainer or deportation order. That's because immigration detainers are not the same thing as a criminal warrant, according to the county legislation. The county bill describes immigration orders as administrative and civil matters. So does that mean Prince George's County is going to let illegal immigrants charged with things like theft, fraud, assault, or worse go free?
I think it'll help bring clarity for the police.
County Councilmember Jolene Ivey explained at a recent hearing on the bill that the answer is no.
In the case where the person has some serious issue, well, obviously we want to use everything that we can to get dangerous people off the street.
According to the legislation, county police and jailers are required to hand over suspects wanted by ICE or other federal authorities if they are accused of crimes in criminal warrants or charges signed by a federal judge. Now, the police training video I just showed you was made after Chief Hank Stawinski said police had mistakenly detained a Salvadoran woman, not suspected of any crime, after a routine traffic stop because a deportation order appeared in a computer search. According to the legislation that just passed, any future mistakes like that will be a violation of county law instead. Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
Now, a spokesman for County Executive Angela Also Brooks says it is anticipated she will sign that bill.